Hey,
Hey, everybody.
let's snap it up, because it's time for some table talk in the boardroom tonight.
Let's get ready.
So let's get it on with the get on. We gonna look, folks. We are happy that you're here. Come on in. Make sure when you come in, what they supposed to do, Tandra?
Hey, that's it. Let's talk that boy up. This time, listen, we just networking ninja. We ready to get this pro networking going, and listen, let it on fire. We got some amazing guests tonight, man. I'm so excited. I got my pen and paper, and I hope you got yours too, because I'm ready to take some notes. We got a powerhouse secret sauce, secret sauce in the house.
Secret sauce. And so when y'all come in, make sure you like, share, start a watch party, like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody that we are in the boardroom tonight for a little table talk. So I say, let's get the party started. Come on in. We want to give y'all some time to get in, share with your pages, like, share, start a watch party, share with your pages. We're going to give y'all 30 seconds. Then all the ladies at Pro Network, we're going to come and let y'all know who we are. And then we're going to throw it over to our secret sauce guest this evening. Y'all got 30 seconds to come on in, like, share, start a watch party, and run and tell somebody. And we'll be right back. Tonight, the ladies of Pro Network got some secret sauce. We have got a phenomenal speaker that's here for you tonight, and you've got 13 seconds to get in where you fit in. Come on in, like, share, start a watch party, and run and tell somebody that we are in the boardroom tonight with Pro Network as we have some table talk. Let's go.
Do it.
All right. Woo, woo.
Woo, we're ready.
So I say let's get in where we fit in. As y'all may know, my name is Lotus Roche. I'm the CEO of Lotus Roche Ignites. And we are ready to take flight in here tonight in the boardroom. I want you to, Angela, I think you up next.
Hey, well, listen, I'm ready for it. So listen, I just want to say welcome, because listen, if you are here, then you are at the right place. My name is Angela Lewis. I am a publisher and empowerment coach, motivational speaker, here to tell you that you better get your networking on, baby, because that's where it's at, to be networking with the Pro Network ladies and our special guest tonight.
Yes. Listen, now you got the networking ninja coming at you. Ooh, we got some woo-woo. Some woo-woo in the house. We got some secret sauce jumping off. Listen, this is where we are making decisions and closing deals. You want to come on in and get your seat, because listen, we are here to make things and help you elevate your business. So hey, go ahead on, Mr. Lisa. What you got for them?
Go ahead on.
Well, hello. I am Alethea Tucker. I am with Jolise Enterprises, and I am an author, a personal development, as well as a life and career strategist. And networking is at the crux of what it is that we do to improve and what it is that we do to get to where we want to be. And it's what we do to get the business that we want. And I guarantee you, you don't want to miss what we have to say tonight.
Hey, Alethea, girl, you are so right. I'm Carla Mukes. I'm a business and social media coach, and and also an author. Just became an author this in 2021. We already put it out.
Step it up.
I'm a woman empowered. If you don't know, you got to find out. But I want to introduce our special guest today. Okay, I have an amazing guy, my Valentine, Mr. Will Mukes, is going to break it down. He's coming with some amazing topics of what we need to talk about in the boardroom. So, Mr. Mills, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. I love the energy you ladies bring, man. Oh, man. Now, this is fun. You know what? Growing up between two sisters, this is very familiar territory.
Is it now?
I cannot believe the energy you ladies bring. It's nothing like being around powerhouse women.
That's right.
So, look, some boys are intimidated being around powerhouse women. Men can slide right in and be right at home. So we got
Hey, wait, I want you to say that again because I gotta put your name back up so they know what a real man look like. Go on, brother Will. Go on, brother.
Say it again one more time. Hit us one more time.
Look, I said this is what I was saying. I said boys have a problem being around powerhouse women. They can sometimes be intimidated, but real men can slide right in and just groove and slide. You know that Earth, Wind and Fire song, "Let's Groove Tonight." Yeah.
Party, guys.
I love it.
And so we're gonna do what Tandra said. Let's get the party right. Let's get it started. So Miss Carla Mukes is leading the charge tonight on our powerful topic tonight. I mean, what else can we say, y'all, in the boardroom? And this is what we're talking about tonight. So Carla, go ahead, ignite and take flight, because we know you about to do it right.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that warm introduction. Well, I just want to come and we want to talk about a topic that William and I was talking earlier today, which I was like, that's perfect for the boardroom. These are the type of things we need to be talking about is collaboration and I said it wrong. Cooperation and collaboration, because there's a difference. And so I'm going to let William just hop on in here because we've got so much information for you. That's why you need to be in the boardroom. So go ahead, hon.
So let me just say thank you for allowing me to come into the ladies' boardroom, the women's boardroom.
Everybody.
I feel privileged, just to be able to kind of give some insight and some conversation, because that's what this is going to be about. It's just having some conversation. Carla and I was talking earlier today, and we came across, sometimes we, even as a couple, it's one thing to cooperate with someone and to be there alongside of them in a cooperative stage, but it's a whole nother thing to be for someone and move to collaboration. Cooperation, you may just get just a little bit of what somebody has to give or what somebody has to offer. You ask for something, and in turn, you get that task or that item carried out. It's time to time, me and Carla are working, and she's doing what she's doing because she is a powerhouse woman. She's got a lot of different hats that she wears and a lot of different things that's going on. And sometimes she'll hand some things off to me and say, William, could you just take care of this for me? You like putting words together. You like saying this. So there's a cooperation that's taking place. But what we strive to do when you are really in connection and you have that team synergy, team energy going, what you want to move toward is collaboration, meaning that you're in connection with each other in such a way that you're anticipating each other's needs. And not only am I working in conjunction with you, but I'm working for you in order to bring the best out of you, in order to get the outcomes that is going to collectively make us both rise or make the team rise. So cooperation, collaboration. If somebody would, I know you got your devices there. If somebody would just go, I don't know, Google it, look up the definition for cooperation, and somebody else, if you would, pull up the definition for collaboration. And I'm just curious. I haven't even done this. This is just kind of impromptu. I want to hear what the core meaning of those two words. If somebody could do that for us, that would be real great. And then we're going to talk about some team dynamics.
All right. So when we talk about team dynamics, this is the team. So let's see who's going to pull up what the collaboration is. And then we want to also have somebody pull up cooperation. Let us know what cooperation and collaboration is. Put it in the chat and I'll go ahead and bring it up on the screen, because I like how you breaking this down, Will. And it's a great place to start. So really out front, let me see. I got somebody that put it in here. So we're going to put it up here, and thank you for putting it in there. on the process of working.
Okay, so, let
me change this.
Y'all so professional.
Okay, so here we go. Let me correct something right here and put a capital T there because we like to make sure that we are doing this thing right tonight. Okay, so this says the process of working together to the same end. To the same end. And Alethea put that up there, to the same end. Okay, so that's collaboration. So want to talk about that, Will? And then I'm going to go ahead and put up cooperation.
No, that was cooperation.
Yeah, that was cooperation. Yeah, I was going to say, that was cooperation. Working together toward the process of the same end. So you can have the same mindset, and just because you're working toward the same end, I put it to you like this. Sometimes you can come alongside of somebody and you can be moving the same direction because you both have the same desire to have the same outcome. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you are connected in such a way that you have had dialogue and conversation and sharing the intimate, the details, the more deeper parts of why you're moving that direction. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Just because somebody is going along with you doesn't mean that they are with you.
Okay.
You can be headed in the same direction. You ever been in a crowd going into maybe a football game, a basketball game, you're all headed the same direction, and and you're moving toward whatever that event, whatever that that you're going to. They're with you and they're around you, but they're not with you. They didn't come in the car with you. They were not part of the group that you were hype about going to this event together. You have some back knowledge with each other as far as why you were going to that event. Somebody who's in the car, one of your girls, one of your people that's with you, they have the same kind of energy. You've been talking about this. You've been leading up to this event. Girl, I can't wait till we get there for the gala. I can't wait till we get there for, whatever this event. There's a difference with somebody being there, going along with you versus being a part of you and you having some connection. So that's cooperation. We're moving in the same direction, going to but we want to transition to collaborations. If somebody could, what's the definition for collaboration? Let's talk about that for a second.
Okay, so it's right there for you already. Because we're a team, we collaborate.
We collaborate. We cooperate. We move in the same direction.
So working with someone to produce or create something, yes, it's that creative energy. And there's nothing like synergizing. I mean, just what you ladies are doing it. In order for this to come off, you guys, there was an idea, there was a concept that I don't know who, somebody had, and you shared it with somebody. And, oh, girl, that sounds like that would be something good. I need to invite, so-and-so. I know that they're kind of creative, and I just like the energy that they have. That sounds like something we could do collectively together, that creative vibe that brings about a whole nother level of connection and energy. Have you ever been in a room with somebody that you just vibe with? You can feel their energy, and then once you start dialoguing with them and you start connecting with them, you're like, I knew there was something different about you. I could just see it in your spirit. There was something that made me draw to it. That's what we're talking when we're talking about collaboration and coming together. And that's a whole nother type of energy. And, when I hear Carla talk about some of the things that you guys have going on in the Pro Network, and I'm like, sometimes, even, as a mature man, as a husband, you can kind of be envious. We're like, wait, y'all got that going on like that? But it's that energy, and it's not only inspiring, but it's connecting, and it woos you in. And when you have that type of collaboration, that type of connection going on inside of a group of individuals, and that's what I wanted to kind of transition. I don't want to move too fast, but I want to talk about the stages of team leadership, team building. You guys familiar with the forming, the norming, the storming, stages. I probably set them out the wrong order, but we're going to talk about that here for a minute or two. But before we transition, we're talking about team energy, team dynamics. But does that make sense? You see the difference between, just cooperation, moving the same direction, and collaboration, and the different type of energy that comes from that? So, okay.
Yes.
Can we talk about that for a minute? Now, I want to hear some feedback. I don't want to do all the talking. I want to hear what y'all think.
Let's dive into it.
I put Alethea in the hot seat.
Yeah, put in the hot seat.
Who's on the hot seat? Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. You were talking about how they work. I was sitting here listening to you, and we're juxtaposed the two words. And I said a lot of what we do requires our collaboration. I mean, you think about it. There are 5 of us all working on various things. We all have a different niche. We know that we want to network. However, we spend, and ladies, you can attest to this, we spend time behind the scenes collaborating on what we're getting ready to bring forward. And that is the only way you can be successful. We can't all pull, in a different direction. And the importance of cooperation is just really at the crux of, of networking, because if you want to network with someone and want somebody to work with you, they're going to want to see that you're a team player and you can cooperate, period, the end.
Good.
So I see what you're saying. This is good foundational stuff that we need to grab.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. She's picking up what I'm laying down, boy. I just love this. This is what I'm here for.
Anybody else? Do you have anything else before we move to the next part?
You know what? I just want to piggyback off of Alethea. I think that's so right. I think right now, one of the things that we as leaders, and we're moving into a different era, and we're trying to, move the masses, it does really require, cooperation, because, we can lead, like Will said, lead them to the end.
Yes.
This collaboration all comes together. Because if we can lead them to a direction that will make things happen for them, then when we all collaborate, then it becomes so much better. Because see, when you go to the boardroom and you're sitting there making those decisions, they want to know, how are you going to put all these pieces together? What does collaboration really look like? But you didn't already show, because guess what? I got a group of ladies to cooperate with me to bring it.
That's right. That's right.
That's good. That's good.
I just want to piggyback on that. And that energy that brings, when you know that you have a sister, that's there beside you, and who's going to come, and she's going to bring her creativity, she's going to bring her experiences. It really pulls something out of you to make you go to a higher level. And as you guys are modeling that, because I'm telling you, when people come in and they see this kind of energy, it was like that for me. So I'm like, okay, it's like that. We're going to start with this kind of energy right off the bat. And so it makes you have to up your game. I don't care how, laid back you are, you're going to have to lean in. And I'm saying that to say the people who witness you guys' energy, you're modeling for them the expectation. And that is the part of that collaboration and that creativity. So cooperation is that baseline. We're going to move toward this, but oh my goodness, now I see what we get when we move toward this end. You've imprinted and implanted an expectation that is in a psychological way. I feel it in my spirit. You know what I'm saying? That energy that I thought they could be there, now I know more, and I want to be a part of in order to get what I see these ladies creating.
Okay, listen, now we
don't have that. Exactly.
We don't have to do a woo-woo on that one. Come on. Woo-woo on that.
But let me just add to that what Will said. So let me just add to what Will said, because it requires, when you get to a level of collaboration, now you're invested. That means that you're investment. You hear me? It's not just that, okay, I'm cooperating and if we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. when you collaborate, you are invested in it being a win for everybody concerned. So that's the separation and that's the distinction that this part of networking, when you get to elevation and collaboration, oh, you're on a whole nother level, baby. So trust and believe, you need to make sure that you're invested and people are invested with you.
Yes.
And Angela, just to piggyback off of that, because the more that they see that and come back with Will, the more that will come with you.
Yes,
the more that will come with us. I mean, because I just want to listen, ladies, look what we're doing already. And look at it where ladies are saying, oh my God, how they doing that? I wish I could be there with them at the boardroom, in the table, sitting down. All of this collaboration and cooperation, which got us together as a team, you know, that's what they want to see happen in their business. And that's what we can show them. So we'll, okay, go ahead, woo-woo.
So look, we ready whenever you are to go. You done got us excited, Will. You done got us excited, and we ready for more. And so, folks, if you haven't gotten your notepad and pen, what you waiting for? Because look, we got folks that's already joining us. So, Will, Carla, y'all lead. Drop the pen, drop the mic. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like. So, Will and Carla is leading the discussion tonight. When they ready to go for a quick break, we're gonna go for a quick break. Then we're gonna acknowledge all the people that's there because I see several of y'all streaming in. But Will, what you and Carla got? What y'all got? What we doing?
So I just want to add some what the last thing that April was saying in regards to you invested now.
Yes.
And when investment comes in, now you have that synergy, that energy that we were talking about. And I know I'm repeating, saying this over, but it's that part. And Tanya keeps talking about it's the woo factor. When you can woo, people to it, man, it's just something that is different. And when we're talking about, the cooperation, it's one thing for us to cooperate and you just, sometimes you can have somebody who's just going along to get on, getting on to go along. But when we talk about team, and so we're talking about you invested and that energy comes, winners, people like to see people win because it gives them hope.
Right.
It gives them hope that you too can do this. Come on in to the network, and we can show you too how to be a part of this team. Okay, it's when you look about just the Super Bowl, or NBA teams with the teams that are winning, it creates it's like a whirlwind of energy, and you create that cyclone of success. Okay, and that, it's contagious. It's contagious. Woo! That's kind of what I wanted to say. And then, but that's going to lead us into the next part of what we're going to be talking about, which is the team building and the dynamics and recognizing team energy. And even sometimes when you're building a team, you have to be very aware and cognizant of where your team members are, and when you know that they are accustomed to bringing their A game and there's something off, sis, what's going on with you? I can see something in your spirit is inconsistent with what I know you to be. And you can only do that when you've had that collaborative, that creative energy, and you've created some relationship in which there's a level of trust and development that you can you expect it to be. When you've invested, going back to your other word, when you've invested in someone, it creates a level of trust that you expect and you depend on. You ain't gonna do no business with somebody that you don't trust. I don't care what it is that you do. People are buying you before they buy whatever it is that you sell. You are the first product. And if you don't have that type of understanding and awareness about yourself, how are you going to expect somebody else to gain and have that level of understanding? It begins with you and how you think about it in the type of product that you are creating in you. Are you a product that somebody wants to buy? Somebody wants to be a part of.
Buy me, please, buy me.
But I'm getting ahead of myself. That's the next phase. That's the part about team building.
So come on,
hey,
hold on.
I know they like that. I know they like that. So put a 5 in the comment. I know y'all like what Will just said.
Y'all better just drop that juice. He just dropped some juice.
Nugget.
He didn't drop that juice.
Oh, Lord,
He dropped that sweet juice. That sweet juice is what he dropped.
Super Will Mutes.
Look,
Drop that
and you know what the thing of it is, I love about this is all of you guys have been presenters or speakers. And you know, when you look out there in the crowd, you get that dead energy. You're like, oh no, we got to do, y'all gonna have to step it up. We can't do this.
Yes.
I love it. The encouragement, it's inspiring. You see what I'm saying? It takes you to another level.
Totally.
That's what it is when we invest, when we create, we give that positive energy. Yes, winners win. You know, all I do is win, no matter what.
No matter what.
Look, you know what? Oh my gosh, you just made me think about a whole nother thing. Your circle. Right in that circle. You know what I'm saying? That trusted circle. Mind your circles. You know, that's a whole good. Some people, you know what I'm saying? Are you the only quality people inside your inner circle? That doesn't mean you can go 2 or 3 levels out. But here's the thing. You go out, you know what I'm saying? After you recharge, you restored yourself, and then you come back to that the power people, the people who give you nutrients, who supply that energy. You see what I'm saying? Mind your circles. Everybody ain't supposed to be a part of the inner circle.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? But everybody that's out there on that 3rd or 4th ring of the circle, they ain't supposed, because they haven't earned the ring. They haven't done the work. Mind your circles. Mind your trusted circles. Yes.
Well, I'm going to throw it over to Lotus, and we're going to take a small break. I'm going to calm him down some, y'all.
No, calm him down, baby. Calm down.
Look, let him keep dripping. Girl, what's he with you? Drip.
I'm going to give him a prayer.
Will Mute doing it too. Look, that's Super Will
Mute here outside, but it's warm in here.
Right.
We're gonna come right back, y'all. We're gonna come right back because Mr. Will getting ready to tell us about the stages, the storming, the norming, the forming, and the performing, right? So we're gonna be right back. So hold on to your seat real tight, because when Super Will Mutes come back, he gonna do what's right. We'll be right back. Oh yeah, we got Super Will Mutes right here with us, with the ladies of Pro Network. Why? Because he's a Pro Networker. And Mrs. Mutes is with him. Isn't that a saucy surprise for Valentine's Day? Doing it right. Hold on tight, because we coming back with the ladies back in the boardroom with Pro Network. Fucking TakeFlight with our special guest, Will Mutes.
We got it here.
All right, y'all. So look, we got some folks. Let's recognize our folks. Who we got, Alethea?
I see Angela Elting coming to us from DC.
All right, who else we got, Angela?
Sanathia Johnson. Hey, baby.
Tandra, who we got in the house?
We got Rhonda Williams in the house. Hey, Rhonda.
Miss Carla, who we got in the house?
Ruthie Pride is on with us. Teamwork makes dream work.
All right, and I see Tiba Horton. Good to see you. Good to see you. And Mr. Mutes, who else do we have in the house?
Look like we have Miss Charlene Sparks says, yes, this is some great stuff. I like the way you look, girl.
That's right. So look, folks, if you guys are just joining us tonight, go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, and let us know where you're sharing that. Let us know where you're sharing that. Sharing the largest groups possible, because we here tonight, we just want to welcome you to the boardroom where everybody can somewhat come to the table and rub elbows as we do our table talk with the ladies of Pro Network. And tonight, Miss Mukes, what are we talking about? Mrs. Mukes, that is. What are we talking about?
We're going to take it to part 2. So, if part 2 is where we're going to talk about forming, storming, and norming, and pro-forming to come together, right? So,
right.
I'm going to let Mr. Mukes take it over. He got us going, so let him keep going on, He's got us moving in that direction.
So this next piece, yeah. Oh, look, she already, oh, man, I love this. I love it. So when we're talking about the forming, and all of us have experienced this, if you've done any type of team networking or just been in part of any kind of group, I don't care if when you were in college and you had to do a group project or you've been working with someone, we're talking about the forming, the storming, the norming, and the performing. And I'm gonna wrap this up real quick in the aspect that the forming stage, as we can read it on the set. Somebody read that for me because I can't see from this distance right here with my glasses, but read that out loud, the forming stage.
Okay, so the forming stage is a high degree of guidance. So you need to be guided, and it's needed from like a manager. It's an individual roles. If they're unclear or anything like that, they're made clear. And the process usually sometimes is not well established. So when it's not well established, that's when you got to go into the forming.
Yes. Thank you, Miss Lotus. You did such an excellent job. I forgot this is my sister from the military. She's already been through this stuff before. She knows exactly where I'm coming from.
Yes, sir.
When you have that, if people are coming to a project or they're coming to something and everything is new. Have you ever went to a new city or new place and you were not familiar with your surroundings? It's nothing like having somebody who's meeting you there and can kind of walk you through, for those of y'all who traveled a lot or whatever. It's one thing, to have somebody who's there, familiar with the city, familiar with the area, and they can give you some background and they can just kind of guide you through and give you some. Yes, we're all adults, but it's nothing like having somebody who's, providing some insight and perspective in that forming as you're coming together and you're solidifying things. And it's that level of comfort. You ever been to a conference or something, you're like, okay, what is this going to be about? And you feel that nervous energy. And then you have that. That's why even comedy, you have the warm-up person, the hype person that kind of comes and all of y'all hype people, so we just kind of create that energy that makes you feel at home, so that you can feel a part of. So that's the forming stage. Okay, so somebody read the storming. Somebody talk about the storming stage.
So storming is understanding how team decisions are made. The purpose is clear, but the team relationships are blurry.
That's a
it's in that stage that a little bit of disconnect can happen. You kind of move toward each other, and then it's like, now who she thinks she is? That she's supposed to take over and just speak about the whole thing? Ain't nobody told her to do that. That click kind of stuff, the disconnect, yes. And you start feeling that awkward energy, You were feeling the little butterflies before you came. The hype person came and kind of formed, and then you start working on some things, and then the disconnects come in because you don't necessarily know you're going in the same direction, but they're taking a different path, a different route than what you would. They may use some different terminology, and so you get that awkward energy. So there can be some storming, and sometimes people will break loose right here because they don't trust the process. But you have to trust the process. Don't break it. Just embrace it and roll with it, knowing that sometimes we have to stretch ourselves outside of comfortability. It's the process. You sometimes you have to process in order to progress. You know, process is the process of progress. So, I just, ooh, girl, I forgot. That's my whole, counseling. You're picking up what I'm laying down. You understand what I'm saying? So don't be fearful of the storming stage. Don't be fearful that you're gonna break it, because you're gonna make it. It's gonna be all right. The way that it can go wrong is you quit. Just don't quit.
Just don't quit.
Don't quit.
Feel that. That's right. Feel that energy, because you're looking for a win. And in order to get to that win, sometimes things have to break down. Lotus knows it. When we was in basic training, they send you they broke you down. You thought you was gonna come there thinking you was all this. They break you down.
To the white meat. But you can't quit. Don't quit. Because you
That's
can
right.
win.
You just don't quit.
Yeah.
And then after you get through that storming, you transition into, go ahead, Sister Lotus, take us to the norm. Whoever's next. Andy, you got it.
Who next?
Let me see. Are we on norming? Relationships are well understood in the team. Commitment to the team goals. Begin to work to optimize team process.
So what we're talking about here is now we've went through, and there's something that's connected. You ever had a disconnect with your significant other or somebody that you was in relationship with?
That don't happen here.
No, sweetheart. No. Right. So after you've been through that storm, so you know what? In counseling, sometimes, I can see a couple that sometimes couples, they just come in and they arguing all the time. They just argue. But you know what? I realize some couples, they argue in order to make up. And they make up well. They like that norming stage. You see what I'm saying? That reconnect stage. Sometimes they'll come on with just to pick a fight in order so they can make up. You understand what I'm saying?
Don't be giving out the secret.
That's the connection that comes after the storm. Okay? That reconnection. So you get into that norming stage and you understand that, hey, storming is not so bad. I can handle your lows as well as your highs.
Yes.
You don't all the time. You're not going to come in and you're going to be high octane like these ladies here. Everybody can't do what y'all do. Okay. It takes the mature individuals to pull off without. You see what I'm saying? Even guys who are pros at it, there are some times when that you go down and you're on low energy. But thank goodness for the norming stage where it's a normal process. You can reconnect and you can know that you are now in the transition into.
Well, hold on. Just before you go, did anybody have anything they want to say about the norming stage? Okay.
I just wanted to share this really quick because I think Tandra may have talked about this just briefly. It's a stage where you start optimization, and you really. She shared this when she first started reading it. Relationships are well understood. So you come from the first forming where you don't understand, and then you storm and you still don't understand how the team is making the decision. But by the time you get to the norming stage, and I think Will and Carla really did a phenomenal job explaining this, there's some normalcy here.
Yes.
Then you start optimizing the connection of the whole. And I think that's a huge turning point. But Will, what about if they get there and they still not optimizing, if they still not committed? Because from what Andrew read, the commitment to team goals is really, really further formulated here. But what if the commitment isn't still here at the norming stage? Then what should people do?
The thing about that, and that's a great question. It's a great question. The thing about it is, at that point in time, you should have experienced enough of people's personalities and their energy that you are aware of kind of the roles that people play. Some of you are just naturally gifted at one thing, and all of you are very gifted, but some of you are more gifted in some areas. And it's not a thing about being envious or jealous about it. It's just you are celebrating your strengths instead of majoring in and talking about what we don't do well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's that when you go through that phase, you start seeing, okay, I know this sister does this pretty well. This is something that just comes natural to her. And I can let go of trying to fight for that position to do that or to mimic it and do it like she does it. That's okay. Because when you really understand what you bring and the positive energy that you bring to the team, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't care what kind of team it is. You got to have a point guard. You got to have a forward. You got to have a big man. Football, you got to have a quarterback. You got to have a running back. But collectively, they know that their roles and they know how they intersect, how they intertwine, and they trust the process. So even when somebody doesn't make that catch that they, ball was coming to, I dropped the ball on that, sister. I know you told me to get that task done, but I dropped the ball. You know who they are and what they are in their core in this, and you trust that they are going to come back and they are going to, you see what I said, perform, that's what we're going to transition to next, in a way that it's going to get the job done.
Yeah. So I have one quick question though, but go ahead, Terry. You had a question that you
I was just going to say it really kind of stemmed from from the storm, because like we'll hit it on the spot, because when people come in now we're starting to, the storm is kind of going. It ain't, it's there, but it's not going, because now everybody is bringing their own particular talents to the table. So now that those talents come, now we go into the norm, just like Will said, because now everybody has a role and a responsibility. Like Will said at the beginning, like, you don't come in here telling us what to do, like, what's up with that? But now, because of the fact that, now we can, I call it the identifier block. Now we can, we didn't pass that identifier block, and now we know what you could do, I could do, and we could do. Now our relationship is going to form a whole lot better, because everybody is going to have a role and responsibility in the team. So therefore, by the time you get to that question, Lotus, it'll be voided, because now we all kind of know what role we're going to play in order to make this. That's about where we go back again to cooperation versus, versus collaboration. Collaboration. What we're doing, everybody's now cooperative, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what that norm is. Now everybody, we're in cooperation mode. Exactly. Now we talking about performing. Now we're going to collaborate this thing and make this thing jump off and pop and have a good time. So yes.
So I had a question, and one more question for you. This y'all, this is hot. I know y'all love this. Put a number 6 in the comment, because I know this is hot on the box, and we said we was only gonna be here for a little bit, but sometimes we just get these fire discussions. So one question for you, Will, is I always tell people to get in where you fit in. Yeah. Because a lot of times people have such profound talents in certain areas, and I just tell people, just get in where you fit in, do what you do, and I'm gonna do what I do. And if I do what I do, and you do what you do, and you do what you do, and so on and so on and so on, we bound to win. Yes. But we can't get all trapped up in, oh, she thinks she or he think he, because let me tell you this. This is what I learned with Pro Network. And some other teams I've worked on, we celebrate each other. Like if somebody did something good, y'all may not see after the show is over. We be backstage like, girl, you did that. Oh my God, you did that. You heard Tamara when she came in. You heard Carla. You heard Alicia. You heard each other. You heard Lotus. And we praise each other. And that's really a part of getting in where you fit in. Because when we do certain things, Carla may be like the Don Dada on that. Where some of us, we just sit back and be like, you got to learn how to do that, So I want to ask you this, and I really want to kick the ball around, but I got to ask Carla, because Carla running the show tonight. So Carla, can we kick the ball around about getting where you fit in? Because to me, that's really important for teams.
Yes, I agree. Sometimes, sometimes you come to the process and you think, I don't fit in. But I think you just really need to sit back and then just wait. Sometimes we jump too fast into it. And we're not looking to see where, I'm gonna say, where God is informing my spirit to go. Right? I'm waiting to see where my strength is and how I can connect. So I think that's where I see getting where you fit in. It's like sometimes for me, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a woman. I'm like, man, I don't fit in that group. But then when I sit back, and that's not the spirit I want to come in, I have to do the process and say, let me look at this. I do know about this, especially like in my military community, as being a wife, being married over 31 wonderful years ago. 30 wonderful years, almost 31. You know, in this process, you know, where do I fit in that? Look, I'm in it to win it. I'm in the process. Okay, I'm fitting in. No matter what. It don't matter because I was born to do it, right?
Don't mess up on here. Look, don't mess
Don't make me mess around and go to church. Probably just to piggyback on what you said.
You know what? I want to comment on what Carla said. If that's okay, I want to comment on what she said, because here's the thing, it kind of goes back to the beginning of our conversation when Will was talking about make sure you got your circle right. Because a lot of times when you talk about, you know, get in to fit in, I mean, it's your sister circle that really helps you, again, bring out that in you to help you be able to get into the areas that you don't think you can get into. You know, a lot of times we kind of shut ourselves off, but you know, when we surround ourselves around the right people that's encouraging us and inspiring us and you know, motivating us, I mean, they can see stuff in us that we don't see in ourselves.
Exactly.
And that's exactly how we can get in to fit in.
That's and I want to add to that, piggyback on that, get in to fit in, where you fit in concept, because a lot of times when you're, you know, kind of in your circle and you're trying to do some things, you need to learn how to recalibrate. And that just means that sometimes you have to change. It may be a small change, because at the end of the day, if I'm an empowerment strategist, if Lotus is an empowerment strategist, sometimes I have to change a little bit on how I think or how I do. And it may be small, but it's in order to make sure that everything is working together for the good of the whole. So you have to be able to know when to kind of make that little subtle change, when to kind of maybe, you know, just step back and recalibrate, you know, tweak it just a little bit. Because when you get in where you fit in, now you got to be mindful of everybody's positioning and everybody's strength. So that way you know how to play yourself. And at the end of the day, it's all going to work together for the win, because we're all stepping back trying to make sure that everybody is playing their position and playing it well.
You know what, Angela? Like Will said, it's all about the end. I mean, I totally agree with that. I mean, but I think once we all can find out what our strengths are, I mean, that makes us even more powerful, you know, for the win. That makes us more powerful for the win, because now everybody's fitting in. Ain't nobody left out, because when you collaborate together, we include everybody. We ain't leaving nobody out. We including everybody into the circle.
Right.
That's good stuff.
That's good stuff.
Real
Cohesion
good.
and awareness should be embraced. Wow. So, Alethea, what you want to put 5 on it?
Yeah, no,
jump in, girl. Go ahead, jump in. You put 100 on the 10.
You have to forgive me because my stream, I think, is off. It's delayed, and so it's kind of throwing me off a bit. But it is so true. And the only way that you're going to get anywhere is to realize that everybody brings something different.
Yeah.
And in order to be cohesive, you know, you're going to have to be able to fit in what you bring into what everybody else has in order for you to have a successful unit. You know, the same thing that Angela was just saying, same thing that Carla and Mr. Bukes and Tandra said also. And Angela, you have got to be able to realize, you know, if we're all doing the same things, somebody's going to have to do something a little different to make it all come together. You know what I mean? We all have to bring our piece. And the wonderful thing is, even though we all might be doing the same stuff, we're unique. You know, my stuff ain't gonna go like Tandra's, and Tandra's ain't gonna go like Lotus. So we're able to bring the unique pieces to make what we offer up, you know, outstanding and in excellence every time.
Yes, Miss Alethea, girl, you put 200 on it.
She put 200 on that thing. She put 200 on that thing. So I'm so happy that we were able to talk about getting in where we fit in, because that goes right into one of the last pieces of what Super Will Mutes was sharing with us when he started talking about the performing, because once we all understand, like Alethea said, we all bring something different to the table.
Yes.
And it's okay. We all got to be committed so nobody gets left out. Like Tandra was saying, you know, everybody is bringing something to the table, and we all have to stay connected and know what the focus is. And I think Angela is a big proponent of that, making sure we stay on the focus. And I think that's super important. So, and this is the thing too that I wanted to say, my little get in where you fit in, is that sometimes each of us, we lead in different segments, like Carla's doing tonight. She running the show, y'all. So here we go. We got Carla.
All right, guys. We're gonna finish up a performing. And then we'll kick it back to Lotus.
Look, they just conceptualized it all. You guys just did it. You actually modeled the performance stage by, you know, actually, you know, conceptualizing and kind of reiterating that that was it. You just witnessed it take place. It performs well when you understand. And it was something that you said. You was leading up talking about that patience to sit back. And I was saying, y'all gonna make me put, you know, my spiritual hat on. You know, that's the fruit of, you know, the fruits of the spirit. You know, joy, love, patience, long suffering. Understanding how to, you know, be, you know, quiet, you know, and check your spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Check your spirit.
Check your spirit.
In order for you, so you can be a productive part of that performing. And here's the thing, you ladies have said it. When you really, and I like with Alethea, when she was saying that when you understand just how unique and wonderfully you are made, and you really own that uniqueness, not in an overbearing, cocky kind of way, but just in a confidence, understanding that what I put out there, if you know one of the other ladies restates it, it does. It's you are the secret sauce. You know what I'm saying? You could still go. You could talk about the same topic, and it come off a total different way because it's you. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I can give you the slides to my speech, you know, and give you everything that I studied in the background, and deliver it, and it's still going to hit the mark for the people who are supposed to hear it because it's coming from you, and being confident enough to understand that, you know, you don't have to overstep somebody's, you know, spotlight for the sake of you trying to be in the front, because it will, you're looking for everybody to perform well and to show up well. And I love what you guys said when you talk about we celebrate. We celebrate each other. Man, that is something that is so unique. That we need to do more celebrating. You think about all of the things that's going on in the world today. That's part of the major reason is the fear of what you're going to lose. You see what I'm saying? When you let go of that fear of you're going to lose for the sake of celebrating somebody else's win, it just changes the whole dynamics of the situation. But anyway, I love you for bringing up, you know, talking about the patience and checking your spirit.
And bringing this to the boardroom. Now, Lotus is going to take us out, and she's going to tell you about an event that's happening that you guys need to come and join us. This is the quality of information that we're going to bring to you guys. You don't want to miss it, and you can be a part of it. Let us show you. There's so many coaches here. You too.
Could be
Anyway, thank you so much, Glade. Thank you.
So, Carla, look in the chat because I think you might have wanted to share that before I go forward. Yeah, because Carla running it tonight, y'all. I got to, move when she said move.
Well, the performing is team is committed to performing well. Focus is on being strategic. Team runs well with little oversight. You ladies win with that every time. I'm so proud to be a part of this and watch us grow in this platform together and show people an example of us performing at a very high level. Pro Network is where you want to be. If you want to go to the next level, come and join us. We are so excited to be launching this in, what's our dates again, ladies? I want to make sure I do it right. April
4th, I believe. Yeah, April 4th.
April 4th.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I didn't know I was sharing my screen while I was working, y'all. But see, that's what happens when you have a great team, because she just kept rolling on and I just had to do what I do. I got in where I fit in. But yeah, please join us. Go to our page. This is our page. Let me take it down and pull it back up. Because see, and this is about tenacity. No matter what we do, if it go right, wonderful. If it flash, if it don't go right, that's fine too. Because guess what? We still keep it moving. So go to our page, go to the Pro Network page. We got an event coming up April 4th, and it's going to be spectacular. This coming week, we're going to have a link out. You can get your ticket. You can be a speaker. You can be a vendor. You can be whatever you want to be, but you need to be in the place. Why do they need to be in the place, Carla?
They need to be in the place because if you want to go to the next level, you need to be in the boardroom. You need to be in the Pro Network with us and let us help you be where you want to be.
All right. Fantastic. I love it. She kept that short and sweet and to the point. But I had heard some secret sauce. I had heard that
what you hear?
Super Will, Mr. Mukes had some secret sauce. He wanted to encourage people to come and he wanted to tell them why they should get on board.
Let me hear it. I can't hear it.
Look, I'm going to tell you something just from my personal experience. This is a place and a space that you want to be in and you want to share the information because it's going to add value to your life. If you're interested in learning and plugging in a way in which you can stretch yourself from the now to where it is that you really are supposed to be, this is the place to do that. You can already tell the energy, the celebration, the inspiration that you're going to get. It's just what you need in order to take you to the next level. I'm so proud of these ladies. I'm so proud of my wife for just being in a place, in a space that she looks to bless more people. And that's really what it's about, to reach out and to add value to individual lives. Because as you help someone achieve what they are wanting to achieve, you can't help but really just love to see the success that comes to individuals as they achieve their goals and their dreams. So yeah, the Pro Network, hey, this is the real deal. You know, I have a thing where I say, hey, just keep it real with Will. I'm telling you, these ladies keep it real. So they're going to give you the tea. And I'm talking about truth. Okay? They're going to give you the tea. So
thanks, baby.
That's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I told y'all I had secret sauce.
Secret.
Well, we all had the secret sauce, but we didn't want to drip too much secret sauce on you all at one time. So get your biscuit and stop that Mr. Will Super Mukes up because he is the truth and nothing but the truth.
I think I heard something else too.
What you heard?
I think Superman Will gonna be at the Pro Network.
That's what I heard. I was ready for him to drop it, but he ain't drop it. So
I'm gonna make it.
There.
This
Superman, I gotta show up anyway because he gonna be there.
Secret sauce.
Oh no, that secret sauce gonna be there. Look, man, get some barbecue. Look, you put that on the rib.
You ain't lying.
We can find a spot where he can fit in, get in where he fit in, right?
She only let me out every once in a while, y'all. She only let me. She keep me on a short leash.
Have to. Have to.
Oh my God. So we want to thank each and every one of you for joining us this evening in the boardroom, because our mission, well, one of our missions is to get the word out so that you can really be a pro at networking globally, not just in your front yard. You need to be a pro at networking all over the world. And if you start with people who are already doing it, we doing it already. We're going to help you help yourself to expand your reach, increase your revenue, and really get in the right circle. Because I think you really hit the ball home when you said that a lot of times, even though people are, cooperating with you, they're not really with you.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're collaborating with you and they're with you,
yes,
all that storming and norming, all those stages fall in place.
Mm-hmm.
That's a wonderful thing.
That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So we got Sanithia. She said, amazing, ladies and gent. Yes. So thank you so much for all of you out there that's joined us. Even Angela working overtime. Working overtime. Okay. Miss Lewis said, check your spit. That's right. Angela said, leverage each other's strength to maximize the outcome. That's right.
Ooh,
and Tivia Horton said, that's it, Carla. Let God lead you. And so we thank all of you, and we ask that you guys let God lead you. Mm-hmm. And we hope that we can help you. Join us next Sunday, same ProNet time, same ProNet channel, as we come back to the boardroom next week, and we'll share some secret sauce and let y'all know who's leading the talk right before we start. So with that being said, we love you. We appreciate it, y'all. Let's leave it with a whoop, 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 whoop.